Hey guys, this is Aaron from Sword, Carolina, and I am starting a series of videos where I am going to be chronicling my own weight loss. So this is something that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people are overweight. Maybe most people are overweight. And this is something that affects every area of society, but I'm focusing on what I do, which is HEMA. So I am a professional HEMA instructor. I'm a competitive athlete. I really needed to get my weight in line. So this is something where it started to hit me about maybe 6 months ago. I was doing a lot of traveling. I was doing a lot of teaching. We had lots of projects going on, incredibly busy. My exercise and nutrition went out the window. You can call it stress. You can call it being busy, whatever. The end result was that I gained an appreciable amount of weight. And I'm even embarrassed to say so right now. But right now, I weigh 255 pounds, which is about 30 pounds more than my probably optimal body weight. So I'm 6'3". I'm fairly heavily muscled. So 225 pounds for me would be a very lean, mean HEMA machine, right? And so that is my goal. That's what I'm working toward. This was hard for me to do because I could almost justify not focusing on nutrition because I'm still fairly fast, fairly athletic. I'm still pretty strong. I still fight pretty well. I'm a good athlete. I'm still healthy. I have no physical ailments or anything. But it came down to a couple things. First of all, there's a lot of people struggling with being overweight, struggling with physical fitness. And as I am in some ways very visible in the HEMA community, and some of you see me as a leader or a coach, I want to set a very good example. So I want to show people my own struggles, that it's a very universal thing. It's not something that people struggle with in isolation. This is not something that only you are having trouble with. We all do to some extent. So I want to set a good example. The other thing it came down to was that I want to be the best HEMA martial artist that I can be. And so it came down to the fact where I was trying to being a good fighter in spite of being overweight, as opposed to having my training, my body, and my skills all lining up in the same direction. I was trying to overcome the fact that I was overweight. And so that was kind of an eye-opening experience. So it's embarrassing for me to tell you. I don't like to tell you where I've failed. I'd like to try to fix it and then tell you how I did it. But I'm hoping that this will help some people. And it would also be a motivation for me to continue to improve. So what I am going to do, here is my plan of action. First of all, I'm going to stop eating so much. This is one thing that I have trouble with, stress eating. A lot of people eat when they're bored. I eat when I'm bored. I eat when I'm stressed. Just to overeat. So I'm going to limit the amount of food I take in. I'm not going to starve myself, though. Starving yourself doesn't work. You lose weight, but a lot of it is you lose muscle mass as well, which lowers your metabolism. So the goal here is not just to lose weight, it's to lose fat, maintain muscle mass. So I'm going to control how much I eat. I already eat fairly healthy foods, but I eat too much. I snack too much. So that's basically the only thing for me is cutting out the snacking and then being careful about how much beer I consume. So I do like drinking beer. I will continue to drink beer, but I'm going to limit myself to one or two, a couple days a week, particularly after workouts, where it might actually do some good, as opposed to just sitting, watching TV, and drinking. I'm going to start working more on my physical fitness routine. One of the things that I've found as I've done HEMA for a long time, and as now I'm in more of a teaching mode more often than an actual exercising mode, HEMA classes are no longer cutting it for me just for my own calorie burning physical fitness. The longer you do HEMA, the more efficient you get at it, which is a good thing. That should be a goal, where I can perform an action, a spark or whatever, more efficiently than I used to be able to. But now it's no longer necessarily a good weight loss workout. It's great when you first start because everything's new and it's hard and it's difficult, but your body adapts. It gets good at doing stuff. And particularly when you're doing a lot of the teaching, So now I'm in teaching mode. I'm helping other people sweat. I'm helping other people get going. I don't necessarily get as much for myself as a teacher. So we have a separate video on our Sword Carolina Online Academy about this topic too, for those of you who are members of ours. So I am going to set up a routine. I'm going to tell you what my plan is. I'm going to come out probably weekly and tell you like how I've done, what I'm seeing happen, and what I succeeded and what I failed at. So here's the plan. Outside of my HEMA training, which, like I just said, most of it is teaching and it's not cutting it by itself. Outside my HEMA training, I want to go running 3 days a week. Now, when I go running, I don't really do long distance running. It doesn't really, I don't see it helping me as a HEMA fighter. So, or even a HEMA practitioner. So I am going to have at least one longer day, which is going to be about a 3-mile run or a 5K run. That's actually what I'm going to do today. I'm going to have at least one day of those running days is going to be sprints. I'm going to run 9 sprints is what I normally do. That's a very heavy workout. Depending on what I'm doing that day, they might be 100-yard sprints. They might be 50-yard sprints uphill. So I've got a couple different spots that I like to do sprints in. And then the other day will be whatever my body feels like doing. If it's just a medium distance run, or maybe just a mile run, maybe some sprints. We'll see how my body reacts to that. So I'm also going to do 2 days at the gym. So this is going to be more heavy lifting days. I'm already getting my cardio in the running. I do get cardio in the HEMA practice, so I need to maintain the muscle mass, because if all you do is cardio, you will lose weight, but your body just slims down. I don't want to lose the strength that I have, and I preferably like to gain some strength. So I'm going to spend 2 days in the gym, doing fairly heavy weights, focusing on really it's like the big lifts, bench press, pull-ups, squat, and deadlift, with a lot of accessory exercises thrown in there. A lot of multi-joint exercises get the best bang for my buck. I'm only going to go to the gym 2 days a week, so I'm really going to hit it hard those days and try to get the best out of it. So what I hope for with this is going to be motivation for me, because I'm telling you what I'm doing. It's going to be motivating for me, but I'm hoping that we could get some of the other guys involved as well. So I'd like to hear what some of your personal goals are, where you are in your journey in HEMA or in physical fitness. Feel free to share what you're doing, share your struggles, share your victories, ideas that you might have, and hopefully this will help some of you. So I'm doing it with somewhat selfish reasons to help myself, but hopefully some of you will benefit from this as well. So this is Aaron Schober from Sword Carolina, and I will see you again very soon.